You guys, I got engaged. Where is the rule book for this? Because I already lost my freaking ring twice. Okay, not twice, just once. I'm just kidding. Let's not exaggerate. Anyways, I got engaged last December, December 2022. So only like 2-3 months ago. And it was so beautiful, so cute, so like the most romantic thing ever. Put pictures somewhere over here. I know, I was so surprised. It was amazing. So it was also 9 degrees outside. I shall mention that. And it was like almost 10 p.m. at night. It was like 9 p.m. and 9 degrees. Maybe that's why he did it. I don't know. Anyways, it was beautiful. Super exciting. But then after I got engaged, I was like, okay, now what? So I got so overwhelmed with the idea that I had to do like everything at once. And it turns out you do not have to do everything at once. Instead, like my immediately like knee-jerk reaction was like, I need a wedding planner. I had just finished planning a big event for like my job that was like about 120 people. I felt so much pressure to make everything go right on that day that I was like, I'm not enjoying myself. I'm just stressed the fuck out. From that day forward, I was like, I am not planning my wedding. Whatever happens, I know that I'm not planning it by myself, and I know that I want a wedding planner. So that's the first thing I did, was look for a wedding planner. We knew that we wanted a destination wedding, and because I have family from California, he has family from the East Coast, the tri-state, and so like regardless, either my whole family was gonna have to fly out there or his whole family was gonna have to fly out there. So we were like, you know what, fuck it, let's just make a nice beautiful destination where everyone can just meet, and that will be Puerto Rico. So we're having a destination wedding in Puerto Rico. Not only did we meet there, but he's also Puerto Rican, so like why not? Step one, I hired a wedding planner. Our wedding planner was a blessing, and she was able to book like basically venue tours, and that was like the most crucial part to secure right away. I didn't know that people book their wedding venues like 2 years in advance, a year and a half in advance.
I'm like, what? Like I can barely book my plane ticket for my trip next week. Like what?
So yeah, we had to actually be very prepared. Why don't they tell you like the rules of this? Like you get the ring, and then my mom, the first thing she tells me, she was like, whatever you do, do not take that ring off. That's how I lost my ring. And I was like, Mom, that's a lot of pressure. Like, what if I need to take a shower?
Like what if I need to brush my hair? What if I need to wash the dishes? Like what are the actual rules to this?
I will tell you a funny story. I actually lost half of my ring within 2 weeks of wearing it. So I've like freaked out. Basically, I had gone to Florida for New Year's, and I was wearing my rings. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, like showing it off to everybody. It was a great trip. Lasted the whole freaking weekend. And then when I'm in the airport, my fiance actually ditches me every time because he has TSA pre-check and I don't. And so his encouragement to me for me to get TSA and global entry is to ditch me every time and just like rub it in my face like, look, you should have gotten it a long time ago, and I'm just gonna go skip ahead and see you on the other side. And I was like, well, bye then. So here I am by myself in security. I had the impression, see, nobody gives you the rules. I had the impression that I had to take this off like every time I go through security. I don't know, they say like metal things like need to come off, so whatever. I don't know this stuff. So I take it off, I put it in my backpack, I'm in a zippered pocket, keeping it secure. I do that and I go through security, and then when I get past and I put it back on, I'm like, do. And the freaking stone had fallen out. It was just gone. It was gone, and I look in the little pocket, the zippered pocket, not there. So I like panic and I call him, and I'm like, like, dude, I don't know where the stone is. The stone fell out. And he's like, calm down, like take a deep breath. Just walk on over and find me down in freaking aisle, already at the freaking gate, basically, because TSA global entry, whatever. He's way out there. So I'm going over there. I'm running over to him. Oh my God, look, is it real? Is it real? Is it really gone? And he's like, yeah, it's gone. So I was like, great. Basically, we ended up getting covered because we took it back to the store, told us that it was still within coverage of like the 6-month period of like if anything happens to it, and plus he had insurance on it, so we're good. And I guess they didn't put the prongs on it correctly, like to secure the stone, and so it just plopped off. Just was like, I'm gonna stay in Miami and you're gonna go on your way. So I'm like, all right. So somebody in the airport either found a beautiful morganite pink rock, or it's just out there in like security somewhere, just like getting stomped on, which is really sad. But anyways, I got it replaced, so we're good. Yeah, it's a pink little morganite because I said I didn't want a diamond. I did too much business school and like marketing in college, and I didn't like the history of diamonds. I'm like, no, I want pink. That was my story of how I almost lost my ring. As far as like rings, do's and don'ts, is that even ring do's and don'ts? My rule of thumb has been so far, like what I found most comfortable for me is to only wear it when I leave the house. So I have like my little ring box in front of my like where I get ready in the morning, and then I'll put it in the ring box every night when I get home. Like as soon as I get home, because I don't like doing dishes with it. I don't like risking it smacking on anything or whatever. So I just put it away immediately when I get home, let my finger rest, do my evenings, and then in the morning before I head out the door, just pop it in. And that has so far been working really great. I don't fear losing it because I told myself no matter what, you do not take it off unless it's going straight into the box. Like there's no way I'm just leaving it on a counter. And I'm totally lying to myself right now because when I'm at work, I like put lotion on my hands every time after I wash my hands, and I literally take it off. But don't tell anyone. I'm literally staring at it and have like sworn that I will remember to put it back on. So I hope that like is never a thing. But anyways, that's like what I try to do is basically just do not remove it unless it's going into the box. And the box is always in the same spot. I'm not allowed to put it anywhere in the house because I will lose it if I move it anywhere in the house. If I'm traveling, same rule. I'll leave my ring box inside of my backpack. So no matter what, whenever I take it off, it's going into my backpack, into the ring box, and it's not going to be like left on a counter, in a drawer, nothing like that. Like it has to be my set rule. So there you go. Tips for engagement rings and being an engaged woman walking around with these rings.